Welcome to another edition of Great Health, Abundant Happiness, and Outrageous Love. Mwah. Out here in the beautiful sunshine, I have my lip protection on. Just took my mask off just to let everyone know Karen's watching over me like a hawk. I've got to keep these lips out of the sun, so this will be a quick video. But good news, you don't have to work out. I've just figured that out.
I've been telling you that for a long time, haven't I?
I know. We did a video a while ago when I was going down this path of veganism, dropping dairy out of the gates. I lost, I think it was like 9 to 12 pounds, whatever it was. Didn't do anything different, just got rid of dairy and all the baggage that goes along with it. I mean, I had allergies and things like that that just cleared up. You know, the list goes on and on. But the latest thing is we've been doing some intermittent fasting. Trying to do that to beef up my T cells, and you know, this whole thing on ketosis, which is really wild. I've been reading about, and you know, Karen did tell me about a lot of this stuff. She always gets mad when she says, "Oh, somebody else just told you," so all of a sudden it means something, which is not the case.
And I haven't told you anything about ketosis or following a keto diet, because the ones that are out there and touted, I actually don't believe in. And I don't believe that they're healthy. But you're really talking about something different. You're talking about...
right, we're not talking about a keto diet. We're talking about ketosis.
Right. We're talking specifically about ketosis.
Which the reason why they call it a keto diet, it does kick you into ketosis.
Can you describe for people what ketosis is? Because really, I only knew about the keto diet and the bad, effects that all of that animal fat and antibiotics and hormones, etc., can have on your body.
Yeah.
So tell us about the positives of ketosis and what it is, and you know.
Well, sure,
why you
yeah.
it out.
Well, what I'm talking about. So I was just doing intermittent fasting and studying up on it. What happens is, you know, we specifically as Americans, you know, eating 3 meals a day and snacks. When you have all of this food going in your system, your body has to go and access the food stores for energy. So when you're eating a lot of snacks and a lot of carbohydrates and sugars, you know, high fructose corn syrup and a lot of things today, your body doesn't have to work hard to get the ketones, and they get it out of you put me on the spot here with it. I think it's glucosamine, but again, I don't know all the scientific terms. What I do know, and what I want to talk about, was when you don't have that, when you intermittent fast, so I haven't been eating until like 11 o'clock each day, and it's funny, you don't really get hungry at all.
Right.
It's been pretty easy. It's actually more normal.
And you stop, just to clarify, so you stop, you know, you can make your stop point at whatever works for you, whether it's, you know, 6 p.m. or 7 p.m., and then you stop eating until the following, you know, it's anywhere from 15 to 18 hours. The longer that you're fasting in between, the better.
Yeah, when you say longer, you're talking about within the day. You still eat each day?
Right.
Because I was just reading an article on this. You know, people that go fast, they say, oh, if it works, intermittent fasting, if I can go 18 hours, what if I go 24? What if I go 48? Right. What if I go 5 days? What if I go 10 days? By the way, there are certain things out there that people use fasting to cure diseases and things. So there's reasons why people do that, but it can be really dangerous if you do it without medical supervision. You know, there are a lot of people that do these things for weight loss, and that's not the way to do it.
Right.
But anyway, do your research.
That whole keto diet fad is all about, you know, this quick, drastic weight loss that people are having as they're eating pounds of unhealthy animal products. So not at all what we're talking about. This is solely to build T cells.
Right.
And the reason that you've researched it is because of this melanoma and the immunotherapy treatment.
That's why I was going there.
Now.
But the added benefit is, you know, all of a sudden, because your body now goes to get its energy and it has to go to fat cells. So when you fast for those 18 hours, your body goes and starts breaking down fats and getting their ketones out of that, and that's where it gets its fuel instead of going to sugars. Right. So it's very interesting. I think I'd been going to the doctors here recently and just getting on the scale. I think I've told you in the last month or so I lost like another 9 pounds, and it was like I didn't think I really needed to lose 9 pounds, but
you did not need
yeah,
to lose
but you know, I mean, realistically, it is just those little pockets of fat cells. I mean, is really what it is. And it's the kind of thing as we get older, you know, I'm 56 years old. As you get older, you start to get, you know, maybe get a little bit around the middle that you wish you didn't have.
By the way, I'm 29.
Yeah, I know.
And
I'm a
sticking to it.
cradle robber here.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's been feeling pretty good. So it's interesting. So I wanted to share this. I'm not working out anymore. You know, Karen and I stay active. We're usually on the ski slopes. We're out hiking. We're here in Arizona, just going on really some hikes. They're really just little walks,
Right.
and just eating very, very well, and not overeating. And it's amazing how the fat just burns off.
So Jeffrey, is you know, there's several benefits to putting your body into this state of ketosis. You did say, you know, talk to your medical professional. I'm sure that, you know, there are certain supplements and vitamins that you want to take. We're not going to get into that and tell you everything that we've added in. But and again, we are vegans, so doing this under, you know, those conditions is a little bit more complicated as far as making sure you get your benefits. But is a big point of this, you don't want to, especially when you're fighting something, or we all want to build our immunity right now, but you don't want to have that extra weight, because your body and the digestion issues, your body works so hard at digesting and then carrying extra weight. And what you want to do, if I understand this right, is have your body work at fighting off the bad guys that are attacking, you know, whether it's a melanoma or some other, you know, illness that you're trying to, Lyme disease for me, something like that. Is that pretty much the bottom line?
Yeah, well, I was just going with a simple how you're just burning fats and you're able to lose weight without working out. But yeah, the science behind it, again, I'm gonna just say I'm not an expert here. Someone's gonna look this stuff up and say, Jeffrey, you're off on this term or that term. But it's in general, what happens is when you're feeding your body all day long, and we feed ourselves so much that your body says, hey, I don't have to really work hard. And you know, some of these cells and you know the things that keep your gut healthy, and some of these cells that fight diseases and things like that aren't maybe up to par, they can let them hang around because they've got plenty of food coming in and they don't have to do anything. When you go through intermittent fasting, what happens is your body starts to say, hey, I might not get food all the time. I need to get more aggressive here and take food from my fat stores. And oh, by the way, some of these cells, like, you know, T cells and others that, you know, mitochondria, I don't know how that fits in, but I was just reading an article on that these things that hang around that aren't real healthy in our systems, we allow it because we just keep pumping all this food in. It's just like, hey, we can...
feeding them, right? That when you're feeding them, when you're not following this program, you're actually feeding those bad...
Well, you're feeding everything in your body, so your body says, I don't really have to work on it.
Right.
But those aren't that's not the bad side. I mean, those are all the good things in your body that might not be strong enough to go fight the bad things when they come in.
Okay.
Now, what you're talking about is... you're talking about feeding like cancer cells, for instance. They like sugar and glutens and things like that.
Right.
That's what you have to be careful of too. That's a whole different story, not fasting, but we've done that too. I've done that recently. Karen's been off of gluten for quite a while, but I did drop glutens and sugars. I really didn't have that much added sugar. Obviously, you can get it in fruits and things like that, but you know,
and that occasional donut.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you watch our videos, you know, as we go around the country, if I find a homemade donut shop, I always blow in there. Probably not so much right now while I've got this no sugar, no gluten kick going on. But that's what you're talking about, I think, when you say, you know, the bad things are feeding off of things like sugar and gluten.
Right. And clarifying it, you know, that this kick that Jeffrey has, again, because we don't want to liken it to the fads going on. This is while he's being treated with this immunotherapy. He just wants to give himself the best chance that he can for this to be effective.
Right.
And hopefully eradicate this situation so that we don't have to look at, you know, other issues on it. So, you know, and that's such a great, I'm so proud of you. It's hard for people to change their habits and their ways and their diet. It's really hard. We have friends who go to the doctor and they get statins, for that issue. And they said, I'm not changing the way that I'm eating. I'm not willing to do that. And so give me the drugs. Everybody needs to make their own choice, but I'm really proud of you for your dedicated commitment to cut out all gluten and all sugar and all of the things that feed cancer, and also don't keep you on this program of building up these T cells by putting your body into ketosis.
Yeah.
So I'm really proud.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And it's, I'm doing all I can from the inside out, pushing out to build up my immunity and building up T cells from the inside the body to fight. And then obviously we've got good doctors working on things on the outside.
Great doctors.
So
We're so thankful.
Yeah, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
But again, very excited to kind of figure this out, that, wanted to share this piece that you really don't have to go work out if you want to, lose weight, trim the fat.
We're not saying be a couch potato. We're saying get outside in nature, take walks.
Well, just do your regular things, whatever you normally do if you're active. To Karen's point,
right?
You just have to change the way you eat and what you eat, and it's just amazing.
But
really,
don't drive to your mailbox. You know who you are. I'm not going to say names. I have a friend who prides herself that she drove to her mailbox, and granted, she did have a very long driveway, but nonetheless, just take in the outdoors and walk if you can wherever you go. Don't park right next to wherever you're going. Give your body that chance to move, etc.
Yeah, you got to move. Somebody else just posted something about a grandfather, I think it was on LinkedIn, that did, he had some great advice for living long. He had a long, great life. And his whole idea was to get out there and move and eat healthy. I mean, that's all it was.
That's all it was. And you know what? Again, Jeffrey has sunblock completely over his entire face. But even with that, I want to keep him out of the sun. So
yeah, we're going to
sign off. Wishing you great health, abundant happiness, and outrageous love from this beautiful Ritz-Carlton Dove Mountain just outside of Tucson, Arizona.
Thank you.